Hi, I'm Dr. Paige Heiser, and you are registered for Gender Development Lifespan Perspectives. So I wanted to just give you a brief overview. I'll try to keep it brief, just welcoming you to the class and let you know what you can expect. You're on your Blackboard page for this class, exactly where you're supposed to be. And there's a home page where there's a photo of me and a little bit of information about the class and a welcome. I encourage you to read that information. It will just tell you a little bit about me and what to expect. But then if you looked over at the left-hand side of the Blackboard page, you're going to see some different items for you to click on, and I want to let you know what is in each of those. So first of all, there's the welcome and home page, like I said. Then there is the syllabus, schedule, and rubrics. When you click on that link, you're going to get all the information that you need to know about how to do well in this class. You're going to have the syllabus, and I very strongly encourage you to read that. I know there's a lot of information in there, and there's a lot of legal information that we have to include, but there's also some pretty important information, and I want to highlight some of those things. First of all, if you've never taken a summer class before, let me just tell you now that it's going to go at a very, very rapid pace. Things move really quickly, and there's a lot of really rich, deep information in this class. I think this class is a lot of fun. I think it's exciting and inspiring, and it's very thought-provoking, and students typically enjoy the class. But this is the first time it's been taught in a summer session in quite some time. So it's going to move really quickly. There's a lot of reading. Some of it is intense reading, but I just want to encourage you to keep at it. If you stay on top of your readings every day and the different activities, I think you'll do fine. I want to let you know, too, about my teaching philosophy. I really believe that students learn best when they're involved in struggle, where you have to think about the material that you are reading and compare it to your own beliefs, your own values, your own worldview. And that can be really challenging for us, especially if it's information that we haven't considered before, or if it's information that challenges what we thought we already knew or what we believe. And gender development is a class like that. It is taught from a feminist perspective. And so some of you may feel really challenged by that. I want to encourage you to stick with it. I think that we learn the best when we're challenged, and we have to really think deeply about what we believe and what we think and why. I also think we learn best when we collaborate with others. Now, typically in a normal semester, that would be done in the classroom. Online, that's going to be done through discussions. So we will have discussions with every module, and you'll have an opportunity to answer some specific questions that I'm going to pose and discuss these with your classmates. And also, I think this class is interesting because it's really taking theory and putting it into practice. Feminist theory is one of the only theories I know that operates from the principle that it's not enough to know information, but there's something we need to do with the information once we learn it. So I hope to challenge you in that way. Don't feel like you're doing it wrong or feel like you're in the wrong place when you feel that struggle. That means you're doing it right. That means you're learning to think critically and be challenged with the information. So that's a little bit about my teaching philosophy. Now, in terms of what this summer session will entail, there is a lot of reading, as I said. We're going to cover 3 different modules that cover the lifespan. So there will be 3 online quizzes. These quizzes will be 30 minutes in length. They will be timed. Once you start the quiz, you have to finish it in one sitting, and it will cover all of the information that you have learned over that module. Now, it could sound pretty intimidating, I suppose, but keep in mind there will only be 20 questions on the quiz. They will be multiple choice. Yes, that means you can use your notes, your textbook, your articles, whatever, but understand that 30 minutes is not enough time to look up the answer for 20 questions. So you're going to need to know the material, and you're going to need to study beforehand and at least have good organization skills with your notes and things to try to cover those 20 questions in 30 minutes. So again, there will be 3 quizzes. There will be 4 discussions across the 3 modules. You will, and probably you've done this in other classes, you will post your answers to the discussion question that I pose, and that will be worth up to 10 points. Up to 20 points. So your initial post will be worth up to 20 points. Then you're going to select at least one student and respond to their statement or their post, and that's worth the other 20 points. So the discussions are worth a total of 40 points each. 20 points for the initial post, 20 points for your response to some other student's post. And there's some more information about how you need to write those on Blackboard. There will be 4 assignments. 3 of those will be simple writing assignments. You do need to use APA format. There is information in the syllabus and also in the rubrics about how you need to write these papers, but you should plan to write those in college essay form, 10 to 12 point font with 1-inch margins. You should have at least a heading. You can include a title page if you want, but that's not required. But at least have a heading on your page so I have your name. And those are going to be worth 40 points each. 3 of them will be worth 40 points each. There's a final assignment called an ad analysis, and this will be worth 80 points. The reason for that is because it's going to require you to do some work on the front end, pulling some ads that you find on social media, and then you're going to use some theories and some different concepts to analyze those ads from a gender perspective. More information on that later. That will come in the last week of class. You will also find in the syllabus the specific information about formatting. You will find specific information about civility in the classroom and netiquette. So things that you probably already know, but this will just jog your memory. We don't respond to people in all caps because that comes across as yelling. We want to make sure that we're respectful of other people and their opinions, especially when we disagree with them. We want to make sure that as we're sharing our own personal information in some of these different assignments or discussions, that we're respectful that other people are being vulnerable and sharing their information as well. And so we always want to be respectful of ourselves and respectful of other people. You will be revealing some personal information in this class, as most of our human development and family study or family sciences classes do require. So just be thoughtful of that. Be mindful of how you want to present that information, and maintain your own boundaries with that as well. Academic honesty, very, very important for all of our classes, extremely important to me. There will be a plagiarism tool that you'll use for assignments that are uploaded, and you just want to always make sure that you're not cutting and pasting, that you're not copying directly from another student's paper or copying from somewhere on the internet or a textbook or an article. And I do take those things very, very seriously. Keep in mind that the withdrawal date for this class is July 8th. That means that you will have to decide basically in the first 2 to 3 days of class if this is something that you can keep up with. So your withdrawal date is July 8th. Keep that in mind. If you do have accommodations through ADA, please email me and let me know that. Usually I will receive the paperwork for those ahead of time, but please contact me as soon as possible if you are one of those students. Also in the syllabus, you will find information about what to do if you have any technical difficulties with Blackboard. That is not something that I can help you with, but there is contact information for who you need to get in touch with should you experience any difficulties with your technology. Okay, so also in that link, you will see a schedule. There's a schedule that you need to follow for the readings. It also has the due dates for discussions and assignments and quizzes. So feel free to refer back to that schedule page. It may be helpful for you to print it out and keep it where you can see it. so you know what's coming up every day. Also in that link is the rubric that I will use for your writing assignments. You will see on that rubric that for the writing assignments, they should be 400 to 500 words. That's about a 1 to a 1.5 page paper, just depending on things like font and spacing. So please make sure that you're using your word count on your Word documents and make sure that you meet that 400 to 500 word requirement for those essays. So that covers the link for syllabus, schedule, and rubric. Underneath that, you will see a link that says modules. These modules will be open to you one at a time. So when you click on modules, it will take you to module 1. When you click on module 1, you will see the dates that module covers. You'll see an introductory paragraph just informing you of what you're going to be covering in that module. There are required readings. There are the textbook readings, and then also where there are articles, if you click on those links, they will take you to the article itself so that you can read that online. There are required videos that you need to watch. Many of those I have taken from other resources. There will also be some videos of me. Typically, I'm not going to lecture, but I will cover some of the topics that may be a little challenging for students. I will add some supplemental videos for that. There are also activities. Some of these activities you need to do in order to complete the discussion or to complete the assignment. So make sure you do those activities, and they shouldn't take a long time. Then you'll find the discussion boards. The discussion boards are in green. You will see the writing assignments, those are in red. And then a quiz will open at the scheduled time for you to complete, and that will also be in red. As we finish a module, the next module will open. And again, we're covering 3 modules in this class. Also, you will see a tab on the left or a link on the left underneath modules that says suggested readings. Every semester, I have a handful of students that contact me and say, hey, I'm really interested in gender now. I really want to do some of my own reading. I want to know about what books would be good. So I have compiled a list of some of my favorite books about gender issues. Many of those issues we will be covering and discussing in class. These are just suggested for you if you're interested. They're not required. You don't have to purchase them. You don't have to read them. You're not going to be held responsible for them. Just a long list of books that you might find interesting if one of the subjects that we cover in class is interesting or inspiring to you. So that is my welcome. And I, of course, would always prefer to be seeing you in person, but I'm really glad that we're offering this class over the summer because it's a pretty popular class and students need it. And the fall and spring semesters fill up really quickly. So you are pioneers along with me in this class being taught in the summer online. We'll see how it goes. Please note on the welcome page and also in the syllabus, I am happy for you to contact me by email or on my cell phone. My cell phone is my business phone. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist here in Lubbock, and I have a private practice, and that's typically where I am most of the time. So I always have my phone with me. It is the quickest way to get in touch with me. Now, that doesn't mean I can respond immediately, but it usually means I'll respond quicker through text message than I will through email. So that cell phone number is 806-544-4045. If you do need to text me for any reason, please let me know that you're one of my summer students and make sure that you tell me your name so that I can know exactly who I'm talking to. So I hope that this will be an exciting class for you and that you gain a lot from it. I'm really looking forward to reading about you and learning about you. And I welcome any contact that you feel like you need to have with me. So good luck to you, and I'll be checking back in with you soon.